Here are the horoscopes for the 4th to the 10th of September 2023. So we begin the week with Venus turning direct on Sunday, and that story should now be complete. Once explored and the changes made, then the rewards can come through at this point. So a final revision on your Venus story. Where have you gone inwards? Where have you learnt to trust your own heart? Where have you opened up to receive through a knowledge of deserving? Where have you recalibrated your relationship with yourself, with source, with others, anchored in your creativity? Whatever your story's been, then there's gratitude and reward coming in the next few weeks. But this week we actually start on the 5th with Jupiter turning retrograde. So Jupiter's going to retrograde over exactly the same degrees as the Mercury retrograde in May and June earlier this year. Very important for Taurians and the other earth signs, and everyone depending on where it is in your chart, but retrograde to the 31st of December, going back from 15 to 5 degrees Taurus. So whatever happened in May and June on the mental level with Mercury will now reveal the deeper wisdom and the expansion and the potential with Jupiter. So Jupiter is the teacher, the guru, and the rewards of Jupiter is a sense of inner expansion and self-mastery. So if you're born with Jupiter retrograde, you're more likely to be somebody that goes in to find your own inner knowing, someone that's self-taught, someone that experiences something and then takes it inwards to find the deeper meaning. People with Jupiter direct may be more aligned to finding an external teacher, to learning from someone else, being shown the way. So first of all, have a look at where Jupiter is in your chart and whether it's retrograde or not. Retro is inwards, direct is outwards. And that way we can see how we're learning, our modality, and where we can connect with our sovereign wisdom and knowledge and self-mastery by studying Jupiter in our own chart. But this retrograde will be 15 back to 5 Taurus, so it's also worth having a look over there to see which house and if any natal planets are there, as that will personalise the kind of teaching and the personal story of it all. So we can learn on a mental, physical, emotional or spiritual level. Jupiter's mainly about spiritual mastery, which is the real purpose of life, know thyself. So while it's wonderful to learn physical skills or sharpen the intellect, it's really on the emotional, spiritual level that Jupiter delivers its deep insights. So Jupiter in Taurus, coming in straight after the Venus retrograde, is going to expand the heart, expand the sense of presence, expand our ability to manifest from the heart, and release some of the conditioning of the heart that we may have been held hostage to due to our perception of need or want and validation from others on the outside. So in a way it's a continuation of both the Venus retrograde that we've just coming out of and the Mercury retrograde back in May and June. These things are working like a relay race, passing the baton, and now we're looking at mastery and expansion as we go all the way through to the end of December. The other aspect this week is by the 6th, the Sun and Mercury retrograde meet. This may be a high point of the Mercury retrograde story, which takes us all the way through to the 16th of September, but we're currently in a Mercury retrograde in Virgo from 21 back to 8 degrees if you're following along and learning as we go. So another earth sign, Mercury ruler of Virgo, using the mind as a tool to work for us, viewing things with precision and perspective, questioning our use of our time and our energy and our talent, so it goes towards reaping a rewarding harvest rather than just busyness and distraction. So eyes open on the 6th, as some insights might fly. They do say that when Mercury is next to the Sun, they call it cazimi, then that can cause confusion. But as with all things, there can be clarity if you're listening to your intuition and your insight rather than looking for clarity on the outside. So we may get deeper insights and inspiration onto our own personal Mercury retrograde story in Virgo if we tune in on the 6th. So those are the 3 main aspects happening this week. Mercury the mind, Venus the heart, and Jupiter the master, all guiding us in tandem to let go of false perspective, clinging to limitations, carrying the past forwards, relying on the external for our happiness when that is truly firstly to be found inside. So if you'd like to explore this in your own chart, I am available, zoehind7@gmail.com. We can look at the current transits, what's coming up, past life influences, relationships, direction and potential, many things in a chart reading. It's really up to you. I'm happy to stay flexible. I include tarot, because sometimes it's easier to see what's going on through those archetypal images that we all know in our soul and our subconscious. But you can have tarot separately if that's your preference. Sessions are 1 hour or half an hour online and recorded MP3 for you to keep. Post these videos on my YouTube channel, Zoeastro. Please do give a like or a comment if you appreciate these messages, as that helps to grow the channel. And I post links on Instagram, Zoehind7, and Facebook, AstroZo. So this week there's a forwards with the personal heart, our heart flame with Venus direct in Leo. There's an inwards with Jupiter in Taurus to expand our inner wisdom and help us realise our full potential. And there's a Mercury retrograde, which is helping us to fine-tune the mind to work in its natural alignment with the heart. So wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.